Bienvenidos, boys and girls of 21 plus, because this is a cocktail convo. What's up, guys? Mr. Luis.
Welcome, guys. For another episode.
Lizzie Chang.
With the E.
Oh,
that A.
Get shifty 305. No, I'm blind. Mickey A. I got you.
Mickey A, I got you.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
So how's your week been, guys? Everything good? Everything nice?
Yeah.
I think we're recording this a little bit later from last episode, so it's been a week. Has something happened?
Well, we went to a party on Friday.
You went to a party?
Yeah,
We
you were
went.
there.
We went.
went to a party.
You drink so much that you couldn't.
He said, what did you drink? Well, you drink. I can tell you what you drink. I can't tell you what.
Aguardiente, Malibu,
You remember?
passion fruit.
No, yeah, me, we
Yeah.
made videos of that.
That was nice. It was pretty chill vibe.
Shout out Leo, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Happy late birthday,
Shout out.
Leo.
Hope you enjoy it. I hope you're still alive from all those bottles.
Sorry for the quick cut. So yeah, with that, our boy finally is gonna host a drink.
Finally, I was waiting for this.
Yeah.
After 4 weeks of editing and stuff and pain and sweat. Bang, bang.
It's like he wants a Cheeto, that's why.
And Hurricane said yes.
Yeah, after a while. So what was it? Oh yeah, it
What
was
is your choice of the cocktail of the week?
the cocktail of the week. It's actually Spill the Tea.
You were
It's a drink that we made. We made it from the scratch. And what was it, bartender? The bartender, he knows everything. He's our Wikipedia of drinks.
Wikipedia.
Alright, so for this cocktail, specifically for this one serving, we used 3 ounces of aguardiente, not the one sin azúcar, the one
Tapa
with
roja.
azúcar, tapa roja. We used. So this is something that Louis and Victor came up with, and it's kind of like a butchered version of aguamate, but kind of like made
It's
it
a
our
cocktail
own.
combo
It's
version.
a cocktail combo version of aguamate.
Eventually we'll be
So
in
we used Lipton iced tea, like the one in the powder. You make it like really concentrated. There's no really measure. I just poured it into the cup. But the thing is 3 fluid ounces of aguardiente, then 3 fluid ounces of lemon juice or lime juice, whatever you have at home. Then you put hella ice in it, and then just top it with the iced tea, and then there you have it. It's super simple, super easy, super refreshing. You have the aguardiente, like the one with sugar, with anise, and then you get the hints of that at the end, in the back of your throat. That's gonna be kind of the aftertaste that you get for it, but it's gonna be kind of sour and sweet and sour. It's really refreshing, really nice for this super hot weather that we have in Miami, and there you have it.
the other one was gonna be canelazo, and no,
That's hot. That's a
we're
hot
gonna be
drink.
sweating. We're gonna lose all our kilos right here. It's like the kilos that we don't have.
Yes.
So why choosing? Well, spill the tea. I think it can be made with any spirit, honestly.
Yeah.
And they
Any-
named it with
After.
tea.
Because we're spilling everything. But the reason why I picked it is I was waiting for it. I was gonna represent my country here. Represent.
We're gonna do a drink with anise too next time.
Ooh.
That's gonna hit us bad.
I don't know. It just doesn't hit as bad. Nothing will. So yeah.
So talking about spilling the tea, I think you had a story that you wanted to tell us.
Oh yeah, I have a story. It was this guy. I was this week I was watching the news with my dad. Or we're not watching the news basically, but my dad was telling me about something happened in Mexico that they were that his wife, this guy had a wife and they live in the same house, but the wife had the coronavirus. And so the only way to deal with it is that they had to put a glass window of the house, and then when they want to see each other, they will just do Skype or WhatsApp videos.
Aww.
But don't go out for this guy. Just wait. Then eventually at some, like they were eating, and then the woman just does this. She just puts her leg, but you only see this part of the leg. And the video was like, I think public. I don't know why it was public. Like they were like doing the FaceTime, and also this guy. Also, this guy, he wants to be a governor in some city in Mexico, if I'm not wrong. And I think that's why he was live. But then the thing is that he was like telling the girl like, oh, you have to put down your leg because you're showing too much. And then she was like, I'm not showing nothing. I'm just showing my knee. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I only marry you so I can only see you. Not everybody sees you. And everybody, damn. And trust me, after that, there was a bunch of Instagram women, like every
was
woman.
Instagram live.
Yeah, I think it was a live.
Okay.
And they were in the
Heard about
Instagram,
that.
and everybody was like,
Heard
oh,
about
I could
that.
show whatever I want. And Spanish is like, yo muestro lo que yo quiero. And then
Lo
they
que me da la
were,
gana. Good album.
so they were like showing that, and I was like, damn, this guy is too machista. Remember the first episode? Machista.
Yeah, I know.
Machism.
Machism, yeah, right?
Oh, masculism.
Masculinism.
Masculism.
And I like how women were like empowering, like they were like humiliating that guy, even though that guy wants to be governor. Now he lost all of his votes because of that.
Oh, it was a governor?
He was trying to be a governor in some city in Mexico.
Running for governor.
You have any insights? Not insight, but like an opinion about the topic?
I mean, the thing is that I just saw it like over the top type thing. It was kind of like a trending topic. I read like a little bit of it. I didn't go as much in depth as Louis did. But I feel like that's great. The fact that we now have social media, and every time like something happens like of that matter, like we have like everybody to support each other and like to support like everybody has different views and like different things that are happening like, around us in society, and like the fact that there's always gonna be somebody backing us, like I feel like it's a great thing. And now like social media makes it like a lot easier. Yeah.
How about you, Lizzie? Because you're like the only female.
Yeah, you're the only woman point of view on this, so
I
what do
think
you have
it's
to say?
definitely something that shows strength, and like no matter how many people like can pull you down, and there's a lot of guys out there that are just like this, that are very machismo, and times are changing, and it's time for that to not be a thing, and for people to see that women are pretty much your equals and everything. Like we do have like differences like physically or whatever that are there and everything, but we can do exactly what a guy can do on a lot of calibers.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think why can we not like stop the machismo? Like why is there like a reason why we like keep like guys keep doing the thing and say that like, oh, they're better than women? Like is there like a reason to it, or is there like it's because of our like heritage, our family that's like
I think it's ingrained, and it comes to the fact that like that's how you grew up or whatever. If you see like in your household, if there's always like that man of the house or everything, so you already put up to that caliber, and you kind of just follow that. You see how everyone else reacts, everyone else in the world acts towards like, even when you're a kid and you're like, oh, you throw like a girl or you do something like a girl, you're putting that division between you two and saying that men are higher in some kind of level towards everything, or they can deal with things better. So I feel like it's an environmental thing and a cultural thing, because at the end of the day, a lot of countries still go through the fact that the woman is the lesser person, or is like quote unquote property to the man. So I think it's like a cultural environmental thing. I don't think this is like innate that we just do it ourselves.
how about you, Mickey, or you?
Well, to me, wait. I'm sorry. But I mean, it's been a systematic problem, not only like from this recent times, but like since no one can remember. It's always been the patriarchal monarchy. Since then, the king is the one that rules and all these things, and it goes so long, from like centuries, like thousands of years of this type of mentality where men are always above women, that I mean, it's a good thing that now in the 21st century that we're in, 2020, and that everything like it's not completely fixed because it's not, and it's still a long way, but we're doing something about it. Like the topic of like the topic of conversation is there now, and women feel more secure and confident about themselves than before. They don't feel as weak and I'm sorry again.
It's like
Go ahead. Go
no, it's like there's like women that like you should be like proud, like that's helping a lot. Like for example, Michelle Obama, that woman, damn, she gives a lot of empowering to women nowadays. Not to be afraid, because look, when she was like the first lady, like in what 2014, if I'm not wrong, 2014,
2008 to 2016.
yeah, 2016, that she like, even though Barack Obama was like out present, like she still like had more voice, and Barack Obama didn't like shut her down. Like he would just let her do her thing, and that was a good thing. Like it helped it helped the world a little bit. Or also like the Queen of England, like that she's like Queen Elizabeth. Even though,
Bro, the way Queen Elizabeth got to power,
it's just
everything was so coincidentally perfect. Not saying not theories or crazy stuff, but I'm just saying like,
some
bro.
conspiracies out there.
and nowadays there's somebody that proclaims that he wants to be king. That guy has like his title that he's legitimate, that king of England, not Elizabeth. In a way, it's sweet, man.
Ooh.
So the thing with like patriarchy, I feel like it comes not only from like where you grew up in or anything like that, but it's something that's been seen since like back at the beginning of times. Like I don't know when this was, maybe I don't want to say a wrong date, maybe 1500s or something like that. Like really like back in time.
Like
Or
what?
like,
Like maybe do you know like
if you saw like women weren't allowed to know how to read, weren't allowed to
That's
know how
in
to like work and everything like that, or speak up or like things like that, and if they did know how to read, or if they did know how to like say certain words, or like they were like educated,
There were
they were witches.
That's the time of the Catholic, when the Catholic Empire was like.
Nah, it was like even more back, because we were talking about
like Renaissance times.
like the Renaissance and everything like that, and like
Egyptians
I know,
time,
like,
Egyptians
a
time.
specific time where they had like actual witch trials where they would execute women or hang them. Like that was
Okay.
like the Salem witch trials. So that was like in the late 1600s.
1600s.
Where is it? They weren't being hunted not because they were smart or anything. They were the Salem. That was like more of a revenge crime. People were telling on each other and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's different from.
But
that-
it was
that
specifically
specific temple, like,
targeting
say,
women.
Jeanne d'Arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly she left France to winning, and then when she was discovered being a woman, then she was a witch because she had that much power, and then she got burned.
Because I feel like humans tend to be afraid of like the unknown or something like that, or like something they can't control. Like if like somebody in power sees that there's another like power like entity on the side that's like growing a lot, and it's like gaining power as well, like, or maybe like they have the fear that that source of like that entity is gonna surpass them in power. It's just like it ties into that, the fact that like they kind of like want to suppress that. And I feel like maybe in the 1600s they saw that women can also like, they have like the same capabilities that men had to like do great things and everything like that, but like this whole entire like patriarchal like image like they had like growing up like kind of like prevented them from like allowing women to actually like do something until like really recent, like 1900s and everything. It's just
Started
yeah.
growing.
Mm-hmm.
How you guys feel about the differences on the rights of women led in the suffrage time, like 1950s? compared to what's being done today? Like, do you think which has been more efficient for women?
You mean like in terms of like a movement?
I think nowadays, because of social media, like with the technology that we have, like we're advancing more than what we did in 1950. Because, for example, in 1950, I'm gonna give an example, like the pays. Like women could have the same job as a guy, but the difference is that they will get paid way less. Like they'll get like paid like 50 cents, like for example, 50 cents. I don't know how much they get paid because in those times 50 cents was a lot, but 50 cents, and then that guy will get paid $2 or $5 more, and then it's like, why is this? But nowadays it's like women can actually get paid the same amount as a guy or even more.
Oh well, right now that's still an issue.
Can you enlighten me? Because
payment is still an issue right now. Like it's still a big thing that
in
people
which
are
departments
still fighting
is that an issue? Because I've been like, in all the jobs that I've had, women and guys get paid the same. So I don't know.
Only I would say I think maybe like when you're like a manager, then there's where it shows like where it gets paid more, because if a guy manager, like for example, like in any other job, like I think Adidas, if you're a manager in Adidas for men, like you get paid more. I think like it's depending. I don't know.
I think it's more outside of like hospitality, because when it comes to hospitality, it is like your interactions with people and like how well you can, I don't know, sell or talk or whatever. But I feel like when you're working in like the corporate world or STEM fields, that's where you see the division. Especially in STEM and engineering, there's a lot more males in the industry than there are females. So you see that there's also differences in like a pay gap. When you get to those like really, I guess like you were saying with manager positions, like when you get to the higher positions in industries and like corporate and like a hospital or whatever, you will see a division in the payment where it will be a lot, because you can see like a guy makes like 150,000 and maybe you're making 130, and that makes a difference over the years.
I've always disagreed with that. The fact that when like women or anybody comes into a position where like they have a lot more responsibility and everything like that, and they have like that kind of like gap in like the amount like they're getting paid and everything like that. I feel like honestly, a lot of women do a lot like way better job than men out there. Like they were more organized and they were more like strict and like things like that. They're not as lenient, and like they like have like a better sense of like organization and like when it comes to like being nice about certain things and like being like strict about others. They have more of a I want to say they have more of a like, I don't know.
But
I'm looking for a word.
have you ever thought about that in like a very deep sense, where the reason why they're doing like so much more is because they have to do so much more to keep that job? Because no matter what happens, like you could be blamed for, I don't know, your period. You're saying like, oh, your emotions are out of whack. Something is going on.
So it's your mental state. It's like your mental.
It's like you'll get questions. Like, not that this happens so often. Well, it does. Like, especially in the past. I don't know. Like in terms like I haven't had like a personal experience with something like that, which like is great. Like, but I feel like when you go into like the workforce, like you'll hear like, oh yeah, so and so like that chick or whatever, like something's going on with her, like she's like angry or whatever, it's probably this or that. And I feel like women have to do so much more than men to keep that caliber, that respect, or that level of like whatever, to show that they're committed.
That can be true, because also when men do something wrong, like we don't get punished. we have the experience because way before, like, because we had the job and we would like do so much shit and we not get shit, like we not get in trouble on. But then this girl, like, she just came and she was new, like she was at the same time I think new.
Who?
I don't want to say names, but eventually I'll tell you.
Dímelo y yo lo corto.
Serious, bro?
Bro,
I need to know.
remember that she would try calling
Okay, since you're gonna cut this whole entire photo.
No. Just take the name out.
the blanket. No.
I was getting late.
No, yeah, her. Remember that she
No,
she was
maybe
new,
about it. I
and
can't
she
remember.
tried to call in out like we do that. We always like call out, and when I get like
This is
la
the
negrita.
work that
Yeah. We're gonna call all those names out like rank.
Thanks,
Her-
you have
She-
to put the flags back, bro.
She had problem like
Just gonna let you know that
This
second
episode doesn't have wax.
you're gonna
No,
see like
que acaba con-
Yeah.
that one no, but this one will because we're saying names that we're not supposed to. But the thing is that she would try calling out, and she would like get problem, and she had to be like, they had to like guide her and be strict, and then where else it was different.
That sucks. That's really.
I don't know if because of color or because I don't know.
No,
you
it's
know we're
not,
Hispanic.
like, no, it doesn't have to do with that. I think it does have to be like with you, like being a woman and everything like that. Because like,
color can be an issue too though. Like everything's connected.
no, because you know how many times I called out a wank, how many times I came late and they didn't fire me. Like how many times like I did so much like wrong things that like I feel like I did see other people like getting like punished for something that like everybody else did, and then when you come up to like the person in like the in the authority like position, it's like oh like but everybody else does it, but then they go like oh but we're not talking about everybody else, we're talking about you.
Yeah,
and it's like that's unfair, and it comes like it ties in with like everything like with like that like sense of like not being fair with everybody, and especially when it comes to like gender, and like it's just
I do think also women are judged way.
more.
yeah.
Like you see a woman on a very important position. Like I think many people what they see is, she went her way up, and it's like, bro,
Yeah.
like just because she's a girl doesn't mean she has to.
I'm getting Cheetos all over.
Doesn't mean she has to use her vajayjay for those matters, you know. Like there's women that actually like they rather like die before doing that.
Yeah.
And the thing is that has been so normalized in society to the point where it just
To the point that
it becomes a joke.
even women judge other women because
It
they
becomes
get
a
into
joke, and it becomes a meme, and it becomes like something to like laugh about, but it's not really something to laugh about because there's people out there really judging other people for like, especially like when it comes to like college too. There's some girls that are like super smart and like they exceed in like all of their subjects and everything like that, and it's like, oh, she fucked her way into an A for that class. Like she aced everything because like she was fucking the professor or some shit like that. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. Like it's not. It doesn't have to be like that at all. Like it's just not.
It's not okay.
It's not
Yeah.
okay, you know.
Also for guys, guys is that when because in the society also is that guys would not get shit on with this. They would be like, oh you fucked the teacher and you got an A. It's like, oh nice for you. And
Nice.
it's like
Good job.
it's like
Yeah.
what's the purpose there? It's like
Yeah.
There's also that thing like if a guy goes and like goes around and like fucks like 20 women, he's considered like a fucking pimp. Like, oh shit, like good shit for you. But then if a girl does the same thing, she's
a hoe.
considered a hoe. Like that's not right, you know.
Don't trust.
this guy hosts.
gigolos.
A fuck boy. A one
Fuck
boy.
boy.
A fuck.
Oh,
Does a fuckboy has to fuck?
No, it's like you have a.
No.
That's not. Wait, what? So what's? Wait, what?
Get it?
Wait,
nah.
A fuckboy could have like a bunch of girls like in their phones like texting at the same time, just having
Yeah.
fun. Can we say that?
Fun.
That's the other thing. Like it's just being masked as like something else. That's just like having fun, or like it's just wrong in that sense. Cause like if we're talking about like women and men,
There's no equality at all.
no
Neither for
equality
both
at all.
genders.
Like men do something, and it's like oh shit, like they're praised, and women do the same thing, and they're judged or like turned down or something like that. That's just not right. Like I
They
don't think that's
degrade them in some way to make someone feel better. Like whether it's like a guy saying that about a girl because they were on equal playing fields and she exceeded him, he'll be like, like it's probably because of this.
And then there's also
Or
that
something
thing with
else,
like abuse.
just discrediting her.
Question.
Also that thing with abuse. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like when like women search for equality and everything like that, and like they go like, oh like they're fighting, like a couple is fighting, and like the guy hits the girl, and it's like, well, you want to be equal, then that's it. Like I can hit you type shit. That's just wrong.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. So it's kind of like, yeah,
Wait,
you've
what?
never heard that?
No, I heard people say that and gets
People
me
say
heat
that.
up. Like that a guy punches a girl and it's like, oh, I can hear because it's equality. It's like,
significant other, and it's like, oh, you want to be like.
also when the
equal.
girl hits the guy,
Like, you
but
want
then he's
equality,
called a
then,
pussy like for not defending himself. It's like, no, in a relationship you cannot hit nobody. Like, don't hit. Just it's
Or
not
like
okay.
even like if they're not in a relationship, it's like people in the streets or something like that. In our country, we see that a lot. Like in our
Oh,
country.
I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a little time to process.
It's not affecting you.
Oh no, I don't feel it. I don't taste it either. That's dangerous.
Wait
after the
until-
second,
Wait
after the
until
break.
we get up and then break in like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Tres?
Like 3 minutes.
Yep. But should there be equality?
Finally.
Oh, okay.
This is a
Sure.
question out there after the break. But right now, is should there
There's
be
some
equality?
girls like, well, let's do that in the second half. I think that's a good transition too.
What you said?
Should there be equality for both genders? Because I'll say something in the second part, and you guys will see why.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I also think women that have like power positions, like they do a good job. I've never had a problem with a manager.
As a
I
woman.
normally have problems
With the guys.
with guys managers. I think they're more like women are more. But this is like
That's what I was just saying before.
this is like for
that's
like
what
at
I
least the
think
women
so.
that I've like the managers that are females that I've come across with. I feel like they're more understanding of people, while men they think they have to always keep this like strict mode that they can never like go and they have to take everybody
Yeah.
down. As women, they're more like, okay, I need to understand everybody. I think that's just a place apart on how women and men are different also.
Yeah, I think that's like
But I
an
think
innate
we
thing,
should
like,
we should as men learn from women, because you don't want to be a boss, you want to be a leader. So
Yeah.
When we're raised, I think in the Hispanic culture, we're raised as men should never cry and that we have to be strong at all times, no matter the circumstances. Like that's bad because
So that's not right either.
it's super bad. That we have to be raised like soft. Like can we also be raised as like also soft, but not like too soft. Like be like a butterfly that you cannot be touched.
it's just like the difference between like your, I don't know, like, well, you have like a little sister that's like just a few years younger. Like you guys raised differently because you're a guy and she's a girl.
all your family, you're the only guy in your family. So
I mean, I've lived with women my whole
Also,
life, so I
I've
understand.
lived with women all my life, so like I feel like when it comes to that, like it ties in differently to the fact that it's different when a guy grows up with like a dad in their household than when they grow up with just all girls.
because guys, you could see their point of view. Like
It's
how
kind of like you have like the leading by example type thing, and like you kind of like are kind of like taking from what you see from your dad and everything like that. But when you grow up with like just a woman and you see what they go through and the struggles and everything like that, we also kind of like get to see their side. So like when it comes to me and when it comes to like equality, I feel like I have kind of like that different point of view because like I grew up like seeing my mom as a fighter and like seeing how she took care of like 3 kids by herself and everything like that, and it's just like that. And like my sister and my brother raised me kind of like thing. So like like I said in the first podcast, like my dad to me, like it's like my brother because he's like the father figure, and I grew up like watching him like I grew up with his example, but his example wasn't that of like kind of like being machista or anything like that, because he grew up with my mom too, and he grew up with my grandma. I didn't get the chance to like interact with my grandma a lot, like, and I did, but I don't remember because I was like too little. I remember when she passed, but like he grew up with that, and he kind of like taught me that like how to treat women and how to like be like still be the man of the house and still be like the strong person in the family, but at the same time you don't have to be like all tough and all rough and everything like that. Like I feel like men can still cry, men can still like feel, men can still like mourn when somebody like dies in the family or something like that, or like be like worried or something like that. They can show that and it's not wrong. And a lot of people have this misconception of like the guys have to be like super tough and everything like that, but it's okay. Like, you know, it's kind of like, it sounds kind of bad like when you hear it from a guy. But
Just
like,
wait till you get drunk. Just wait till you get drunk and you start crying. I'm not gonna cry. I remember.
That's right.
But on that note, like I feel like it's really great to be like we're like a podcast of like 3 guys and 1 girl, and yet we're talking about a topic like women empowerment, and you guys have such strong feelings towards it in a really great light. So it's really good. It's really fresh and fun, even if it is coming from a guy. But that's what you also want to hear too, that there's actually guys that are on the right side, or the side of like equality or making sure that things are right.
Cut.
So knowing that, we could know that we're gonna start off from equality.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Wait. I have something last to say before we go back.
I know, right?
I want like a 3rd drink.
You know, make it, put me like 3 more drinks, like right here. So.
Yeah.
Let me look for something.
It's a whole flight of them.
Well, you know, let me get that aguardiente, let me like take a shower of it.
Tell me
Okay.
something crazy.
What do y'all think,
That.
about Kamala Harris being the running mate of Joe Biden? Like,
Boy, we're gonna talk about that in like 2 minutes. Nah, that's gonna be like
that's a big.
That's a big
let's start that.
Quantity,
Let's start
that's
that.
like
quantity.
after the break
Okay.
type conversation.
She just empowered me to start. Okay, so
She just controlled that guy in this room.
our boy,
Channel my inner
Do you
Kamala
think-
Harris.
You already know.
Yeah.
If you're drinking, eating anything, just
back from the quick cut. So Kamala Harris, she's being elected. She's not being elected. She's been chosen as the vice president running mate of Joe Biden from the Democratic Party. If they do manage to win, which I don't know what's gonna happen,
it's true because of what's happening.
she will be the woman with, politically wise, the first woman with such a high position. It's like the highest position of woman.
Yeah.
Instead of
have
being the
ever
first lady.
achieved.
And not only is she going to be like the first women vice president, she's also biracial. Like she's 2.
Yeah.
Like both.
Asian,
Like-
Relation.
Yeah, she's
She Malaysian?
her mom
Malaysian?
is Indian and her dad is Jamaican. So
I hope.
maybe he was right. We should talk about this before the break.
Maybe you were right.
Huh?
We should have talked about this before the break.
Right now we're Marico, lo sentí, no sé por qué me...
red.
I just felt it. I just looked at Becca, I just, like, my word just...
I'm so sorry for interrupting.
Rejalate.
What were you saying? Relájate, no rejalate. Se la
See,
va a
I
rejalar
knew he was
después.
gonna correct
¿Oíste?
me.
Se la va a rejalar después con el
He
video.
told me to say it. Ah, fuck you.
Yo,
No. Good thing we're not putting. Good thing we're not putting a. Dásela, ¿para qué?
ya no hay nada, marico.
Exacto, ¿para qué?
Se va a tomar el alcohol.
¿Qué
Puse mi pitillo.
Make me set me up.
Okay, so before we were.
We were interrupted by...
Before we were. Before we interrupted you.
Are you okay?
No. What were you saying?
Oh, she's awesome. Like, she's going to be representing a lot of different things. Like, not only, like, is she a woman, but she's representing 2 different colors.
Not colors. Let's better say race. She's representing races.
Racist.
Yeah, because... Why you laughing? No.
Yeah, so she's biracial and she's just a very...
I just see Lucy, I'm just so sick.
How's she?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, no.
We cannot. We don't have that.
Okay, so she's representing Asian community.
And blacks.
Your community. Our community. Your community, Mickey. Because you fuck.
We gonna get in trouble
Yeah,
for
we're gonna.
this.
Yeah, we're gonna-
For that, yeah.
If we get in trouble, it was worth it.
No.
The light skins out there.
Not. You know, like, I'm just gonna say this. It's all him.
She's representing women.
Right, Lizzie. She's representing you.
She's representing all of us. But we all have a mother.
This is even worse. What's going on?
I don't know.
Is that-
Hey, this is your drink, man. The Bacardi didn't even do this to you.
You almost cried with the Bacardi. What are you talking about?
You don't remember. He was like, "Are you about to cry?" I'm like, "No." I was about to. Low key, if you
But
didn't stop me there, I
During
was.
the break, he went to the bathroom and he just sobbed for like
Oh.
3 minutes.
He's like,
Oh, he gonna take this back too?
No, hell no.
okay, so yeah.
How do you think women, when they're in power positions, act? In your
Huh?
experience?
In my experience,
Did
Wait,
we
what?
talk about this?
we just
Yeah, we
talked
already
about-
did.
We already talked
I did,
about
but
this.
like,
He talked.
I did.
He brought
did
it
it?
up, and then
Yeah,
I
I
was
remember.
like,
sorry.
Hmm.
It was so good that I forgot.
but like about Kamala Harris, she's just I think a really great running mate for vice president.
I don't know her that well.
Joe
Like, what
Biden.
is she bringing to the table?
Like,
She's
Other than
Bringing
the
to the table?
racist, bringing to the table.
I don't remember her exact position, but she was like the U.S. District Attorney. I might have gotten that wrong, so don't quote me on that. But she's
Ronda Rousey.
an attorney. Like she's a fighter, and you can tell. Like I watched the Democratic debates at the beginning when they had like multiple candidates, and she was just
She was a candidate for
always-
president, right?
Yeah,
The,
they
When?
were
2006?
rivals.
Right
No,
now.
right now.
In the,
Oh,
in the
no.
primaries.
Yeah.
It was her, Joe
There was-
Biden.
Her,
And a
there
bunch of
was
people like
Andrew
Bernie
Yang,
Sanders.
Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders, a few other girls too. Like
But she was basically the strongest candidate that, like, I feel like
In
when it
women.
came to, like, the primaries and
Truman?
everything
What's
like
her
that,
name?
like, kind of like,
which one?
The little lady with the short hair and the glasses.
I remember there was a woman that was an author. There's another one that's like a representative from Hawaii. I just forgot their names.
Okay.
But they were all great. But I think Kamala Harris is just
she was the strongest
she's a fighter,
candidate.
and you can tell by the way she
Her
talks,
eyes.
and she's ready to fight for what she wants. And in this election against Trump, it's really hard to get a like sitting president out of the chair kind of thing. Like most presidents do get reelected. So in order to have like a real chance, you need to have that like fight, and you need to have two candidates that have a lot of backing. So you have Joe Biden, who was the vice president of a beloved president, and then now you have Kamala Harris, who actually did have a lot of people behind her, and she just represents a lot of people.
But it's a bad. But we're saying it's Donald Trump. Like, come on, like we cannot compare Donald Trump to our like ex presidents that we had in our past. Like, right, Donald Trump.
There's a good and bad to
I don't want to say nothing bad. I don't want to say nothing bad because we're living in America, and I don't want to get
Donald Trump.
but I don't want to get my ass deported to come, even though I have my papers.
It depends on how you see it, because you have to also see that he has a very high approval rating right now. Because it might not be us and like the area that we are in, everything like there's a lot of people that are against him, and you can see that on social media. But then there's also a lot of people that are
The
for
rich
him.
people.
He's going to have like a separation of power.
Racism.
Not only
No,
that,
that's not
it's
it
not
too,
only- it's not
because
that.
I know people that don't like vibe with racism, that don't whatever, and they're still backing him because they believe that he's making a lot of changes that are good in different respects than maybe what we've
Cubans,
seen.
right? Like the Cubans.
James
people.
is a Trump, or I know he's Republican, but is he a Trump supporter?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You don't see his face.
100%.
1,000.
1,000%. In senior year, when elections were happening, they were all taking pictures with a Trump flag, and just
He has a big
they
ass
were
Trump
all for
flag.
him.
like a huge.
There's like the Southern flag in his.
He brought it to Orlando.
He brought it to Orlando.
He hung
and
it up.
in the Airbnb.
No,
Chillax.
yo, wait, what?
But I wasn't even talking about just him. Like, I have family members too. And believe me, like, I love my family. They're, like, really amazing people. But they do, like, some of them, not everyone, for sure. We're very, like...
See, let's see, arguing there with a fire like, no, we...
I'm not... I'm gonna pull out my katana. I'm gonna pull out my katana and
Do it.
No, because I don't have, like, a political affiliation. He's fighting too, man. Jeez.
I don't know that.
I don't know, it just came out. I just
Actually, was Chinese. He understood what you said.
You got offended. Huh?
He's like, yes. Not like,
I'm sorry, guys. I just can't believe he just said that.
I had to.
camera.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I just, there's like two sides to everything, and it's hard because like the sides are so divided that it's hard to be anywhere that's not on a specific side, and like I end up there because there's a lot of things that I believe in on both sides of the spectrum. It's just hard to find that median.
I still say that I don't see like nothing that like what Donald Trump has like given us. Not like for our community, but like what has he given to this world? Like what has he given us? Like only problem and more problem. He almost caused us a
I don't know.
World War III.
Honestly,
The economy, honestly, now, how do we tie in this conversation to the original topic?
Because no, it's
No,
like
it's
equality. No, it's like equality. I forgot what I was gonna say when the pause. I just remember because I don't even remember because I forgot what I was gonna say. But the equality is that
no, really? You don't remember because you forgot?
you're gonna get stabby from Mr. Stop.
I
No,
love how last podcast we were like, we're getting the hang of this.
No, we're
doing
not.
Good.
when it
No,
comes to
and
drinks like
one,
this,
it just completely fell through when you started saying some shit. You started laughing uncontrollably.
Mhm.
Everybody, I was saying
The first 30 minutes are good.
Okay, listen.
But it's because listen. This is super off topic. I know we're already like not super off topic, but like we're off topic. We get our first drink, right? We get our first cocktail. We drink and we take a break. We've been sitting here talking, and then we're like talking about serious topics and everything like that, and we're like super like inspired and passionate about what we talk about. And now, the moment we get up and like have a little walk around and everything like that,
Like this guy that
it's just like completely. So like, what happened to
This guy, he just like laid down the
he
bed,
just decided to lay down, and then he got up immediately to get his second round.
and then he's like,
Then it hits you like that, so it's like, yeah, that's what happens,
that's why you see him like that. He was like, remember, he was like, marico.
So that
I feel it.
those first couple of minutes of us laughing or whatever and like saying a bunch of like nonsense, it's kind of like getting it out of our system so we could like get into like the serious things.
Okay.
So,
But talking about equality, I was gonna get into it. Is that equality? Do you think it should be fair that men and women should be equal? Like, I don't mean like when it comes like aggressively. I mean like socially. Like for example, sometimes like let's do an example. Like I don't wanna be like 20.
You wanna pick your words now and somebody can like say that.
Yeah, let me pick my no like for example, like when we're like doing stuff like guys, yeah, like the topic like we were like saying about how a guy could fuck a girl and it's okay. It's not okay because it's not okay. It's like
Because comedian.
it's not okay because in reality, guy, we also have the feelings. Or no. I just found the words. No. Sorry, it's the
funny how
alcohol.
we just went from like straight politics.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about sexuality.
Okay, we can do
Like
it.
for example, when girls like there's like commercial about saying, that you have a tiny dick, but then a guy says that to a girl like, you have tiny tits or tiny ass, then it's like you get so much shit. You get so much shit on. It's like, so you can say like somebody has a tiny dick, but then a tiny ass. It's like.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, equality. I was gonna completely.
No, you can put anything. I'm just giving an idea.
On his like, there's equality in so many things.
There is.
Like it's true. Like I go, say a girl wants to be with this guy, and then, but the guy doesn't want to, have sex, and then they portray the guy like, oh, you're a pussy or you're gay, blah blah
There.
blah. But then the girl doesn't want to do anything. In many things, there is like, damn, bro, you're such a. The girl's like, no, look, she's empowered.
Yeah.
She
should be
she
equal.
decides her stuff.
Yeah, that's.
It's
a
just
debate.
like.
And also when it comes to
Also,
the
when,
guy's
like-
side,
Wait.
Just wait, he said that.
There's also like this is very specific.
We should have
Say
more.
like people find out a girl teacher has
I'll be right back.
has
Keep going.
sexual intercourse with one of her students of guys,
I think he's gonna go
and then she's
grab
like
that
super
guy.
like crazy. She's like, oh my god, everybody. I don't know what he.
oh shit, he's getting the ingredients.
Why?
He won't take a shot.
Yeah, we're gonna take a shot. I'm getting into it now.
Now at the end, the last 10 minutes.
Okay, never mind what I say, but you know what I don't like when
That's
a
what you're
girl
making.
when
That's
a girl uses, oh, but I'm a girl as an excuse. Then you fuck for your fucking equality. And then you're gonna say that you're a girl and then you can't do anything or you can do something. That pisses me off so much. I'm like, yo, you have your equality, you have your opportunity, use it. Don't be
It's
like,
so hard.
oh, but I'm a girl, I cannot do this. It's like, you want equality,
Yeah.
you have to do it.
Don't
Just get the equality and then that's it,
It's kind of like I see what you're trying to say. Like they want like that little bit of recognition of like being equal and everything like that, but then they won't actually like stand up for it. Like yeah, like I just want their recognition, but I don't want to have to do anything that has to do with it in a way. And it's just like,
No, like I understand, like if you come, say, I used to work at a beach and we had to bring this cooler outside to the beach and it was like full
Scooter?
of cooler,
Ah, cooler,
like
cooler.
with wines and beers and stuff, and it was heavy, and you have to bring it with the sand. I don't mind you telling me, look, I really can't, as a person, not even, I really can't. Can you help me? That's it. But don't be like, oh, can you do it, Victor? Yeah, just do it yourself. I go, oh, but I'm a girl, I can't.
The only time that's
Pero
okay.
entonces,
The only time it's okay is when somebody maybe has like a problem, like physically.
I don't mind you telling me like, look, I can't do it. That's it.
Yeah,
Just as a
but-
person.
You're mad? Are you
But
mad?
no,
Like, did
but
somebody
it-
did that to
no,
you?
no, no, no,
Like,
It
are you
just
okay?
pisses me
No,
off
no,
that
no,
they use
no.
the fact that they're a girl for that. It's like,
It's
if you
kind
can, okay, you can, but don't use that
it's
because it's just
truly-
making yourself look bad.
it's
Like
a-
it's making
yeah.
your
Well-
gender look bad.
It's hard to say that, but it's also the idea that like that's also the norm or what has like always been in the past. They're kind of just like you're saying, it's kind of like against or like contradicting the whole movement or everything that's going on. But I mean, it's different.
There should be equality. I feel like there should be equality, but at some point.
Stopped
It
recording.
stopped. Wait,
Okay.
What?
It doesn't matter. We just keep going. I feel like there should be.
Stop or no?
It stopped recording, but that was so weird. Because they like closed out.
Okay, use my phone.
But usually it just like stays open.
Ooh, Atalanta's winning, bro, against PSG.
Okay, we're off topic right now.
Yeah, but it's not recording anymore. So.
Okay, here. Put mine. Let's just try to bring every video today before we lose.
I'm gonna do. I'm big.
It should go to my iCloud and then I can send it to you.
You're the making.
Mine is gonna go straight to my.
I actually have my computer with me in my car.
I think we can do it with the iCloud.
You guys
Oh,
agree?
yeah.
So what was it before the?
No, it's just that I don't mind a girl or a woman telling me that they can't do something. It's a pet peeve of mine when they use that they're a woman or a girl. It's like, look, you just can't, you can't, but like don't use that excuse because it's just gonna make, for all that you fought is just going through the drain, like by you using that excuse,
Like, oh, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
But there's also the fact that not all women are feminists,
Yeah.
and they all don't see that like they don't think that about themselves. Like
Another question for all of you.
It's
is it okay to be like for a woman to be over feminist? Like, can she be like too feminist? Like saying, like like how you call this the riots? Not the riots. The things that we have that there's like
Protest?
the protests. That there's like a lot of feminists that they say something and then you're
There's
like,
a lot. There's
I don't want to say nothing. It's
there's
fine. It's fine. They're doing
feminists.
Feminist. I understand what you're trying to say. Like, there's this saying that says too much of something is not good. And there's a case for everything.
He's good
That's
now.
all
He's
you
gonna
wanted.
leave.
That's all you wanted.
Because feminism is not women are better than men. It's women deserve the same rights as men.
equality. That's where.
But there's some women that go above and beyond that, and that's when it crosses what we were talking about in the second episode. When your rights overcome my rights, then you're going too far. And
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's equality. Everything has to be equally, but with a balance. With a balance, obviously.
that's the same thing.
The one thing I
so
wanted
not
to
the
When your body and your mind is done.
homeostasis.
What?
Homeostasis. That's like the quality in your body.
Yeah.
Like the balance between
The chakra you're talking about.
No, the science.
I'm like, no,
Homeostasis is
it's
the
like a
science.
beta.
Hey, you're talking to an atheist right here, man.
Gonna what?
A what?
You're atheist?
No.
You're the atheist one in this
How?
group.
Yeah, biologist.
Atheist.
You're the
I'm not
atheist.
atheist.
No, but there's a
I'm
like
agnostic.
that's
It's different.
there's like a it's hard because like some science like can like dispute religion, but I don't see it like that.
So what
'Cause
came first? The egg or the chicken?
we're literally talking about all the controversial issues in this one podcast. Like religion.
This aguardiente
politics.
is getting us. This aguardiente had us talking about everything.
You.
The only thing I was gonna mention when you were talking about equality and should things be balanced, actually in the military now, that was a big issue, like a huge
military.
issue. But not only with like how people are treated, but with jobs, because there were a lot of jobs that were restricted that women could not join because either they were said to not have the physical prowess or emotionally wouldn't be able to handle it. But now things are actually getting better. So there's positions that were never open to them. There's like a female that's like kicking ass and she graduated from, I forgot what it's called, but she's a Marine and like she's like one of the top kind of positions or job positions that you could
So
be in
you
as a
agree on the
Marine.
fact that women should be on the battlefield as well?
If you can. If you can do it, if you want to do it. If that's what you choose to do, like that's the job
But
position that
where's
you
the
want to
equality
be.
on that then? Why do women have the
What do you
choice
mean?
to join the battlefield and then the men have to join the battlefield?
Well, you're talking about like voluntary, like the involuntary like drafting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like, that's a little different, but you could also see it in the way that women do bear children, or they have, like, the innate, like,
Yeah, but then you can say
Job
like
that you
women
have.
cannot have children if men are not around. So it
Nowadays, you don't need men.
cancels everything out. It's just if you want equality.
Nowadays-
Honestly, I prefer men on the battlefield because we are too much and we need more women and less men, so we can have more women. Just for ourselves,
we're starting
I just need a
Yeah, we're falling apart. We're falling apart
We're
right
falling apart to like our initial like stance.
No, but like
in
there's
the
some.
topic.
This is too complex.
It's
It
bigger.
is.
It's a big.
It's
It's
a
a big
really
topic.
big
We cannot talk
issue.
like in a one episode. It's like,
because it's not like
Part two.
hey,
one or the other. It's not A or B. Like,
It's like
you're not going to be
grayish,
able to
yeah.
get, like, oh, it's either inequality or equality. There's always that, like,
Gray
those
area.
conditions where it's hard to really have that equal things, like, and it's not because of like emotions or imbalance or whatever, like because oh no, we don't want it to happen. It's because some things can't happen.
I just
Like
think
that.
some things. It's so hard because I mean, just some things cannot be equal. It's hard. Like yeah, men are just created to be physically stronger, and that's a biology thing that we cannot change.
but the thing is that women
over
are
time,
smarter.
maybe.
It's proven scientifically that women is
And like they mature faster.
Yeah, they mature faster and they're way smarter than men. Men use only their strength to overpower women, but then women can use their. I don't want to say this, but like their brains and their like attractiveness, and that's what they.
Guys are attractive too.
I think.
But it's not the same thing as it works like for
Yeah,
for
but you can
women.
see that is because that's what a guy sees a girl as. Like if a guy sees a girl as like, oh, like she's cute, or like that's all you like care about, whatever. Like that's also another topic of like what has been said in the past. Like a woman is property, so you want that property to look really good.
next-
So that's what you're focusing on more.
That
so
could be a
than
second
what
part.
other-
For next episode, we can talk about what drives people. I have a theory, and this is like a little preview. I don't know women, but like us as men, everything we do is to have sex. Think about
Wait,
it.
what?
It's the purpose.
I almost spit all over this microphone and had to.
It is. I can see
You
it.
want money, so you are more attractive. You want look better and get better clothes. Like everything.
Are you saying this
the
about
drive
Sugar Mama
to, like,
life? Are you still talking about
To
the
like at one point have sex. Just
So you
it's-
think that the ultimate goal for a guy is
to have sex? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is. It
to
is.
mate.
Sex, not mate.
for
Sex.
animals.
Because
Mate.
What?
It's the same thing.
we're animals.
you're
We're
just
animals.
saying, like,
We're cousins
this
from
is
the
a
You
monkeys.
do everything for
I don't wanna say-
the pleasure.
Yeah, you think
Pleasure.
about it.
There.
Pleasure.
That word. That could be a second topic.
That
Second part.
That is something that I can actually agree on. Like I feel like
But you
it's,
want to say
it's
like
like
specifically
I don't know.
sex.
not sex.
But like
But
pleasure of like
pleasure.
the comfort of like being able to just like go out and eat whenever you want, or like hang out with friends, or
No, but like
like
No,
pleasure
no.
in that sense, or
Talking
pleasure you mean like
specifically of,
specifically like
sex?
But he's only talking about sex. He's only talking that like us humans or us like in nature, like including animals, we only live for sex. Like we only live to have like a better
Like-
generation.
like primarily, but it's not what you want, but subconsciously, it's what drives us. Like you want more money,
Sex.
what?
that's all it is.
You want more money,
Okay.
so you have more financial freedom on doing stuff.
Yeah.
Say, go out with a girl that I say a girl is more prompt to go out with a guy that's gonna, and this is something not very good to say, but like you're not gonna go out with a homeless with somebody that have a job, you know. Like this is very like different.
Instead, the homeless has like a fucking
it's
six pack, and
it's
then
the
you're gonna.
extremes. It's the extremes. But you're not going out with the homeless. You're going out with the guy that has a job and can take
But,
you out
like,
to the movies.
Who are you going to fall for? Like, what if like that guy? Depending on the person and the personality of the
I feel like
person.
at the
Exactly.
end-
You have a better personality,
No.
so you can be more appealing to.
Nah, there's
to
some
Remember what we
people
were
that have
talking-
really good
no.
personalities. They just couldn't make it.
Remember what we were talking about the other day?
No,
Everybody has
like
a price.
I'm not saying
Huh?
you want a
Everybody
better
has a
personality,
price.
so you have.
Everybody has a
Just
price.
change this
Everybody
topic.
has
Like
a price.
you're like thinking.
We should cut this part out.
Yeah,
This is
like-
next week.
Oh, we should. Yeah.
Talk
we
about
should.
everybody has a price.
No, like
Do you have a
Conclusion.
conclusion. Life.
There should be equality, but in certain things, like you were saying.
Jeez, that's our concluding point.
That's not.
Say-
That's a really bad concluding
Okay, cut.
point.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. We all have different.
Yeah, I have a different opinion
Just
towards
say what
you.
you wanna say, and they'll say what you wanna say. It is how it is, bro. We know him.
Say what
He's
you
not
mean
you.
to
It's
say.
hard.
I'm not-
It's like-
Say your prayers.
Say what you mean to say.
I'm just saying. Equality. What?
I can sing my song.
Say the conclusion.
Okay, yeah. My conclusion. will
Okay,
be,
conclusions.
You want the guitar?
Conclusions of women empowering and equality.
empowering is like I'm proud and happy that women are trying to do things and they're trying to get empowered to show that they're not just only to be housewives or housemaids. They're trying to be something else also. Like they could be equally or even greater to men. But there's like a limit to it also. Like men and women have a limit to it.
You kind of like you're sounding like, yeah, they want to like be equal or greater to men, but it kind of sounds like you're saying like you don't want women to be greater than men. You want them to just be equal. But then where is that? I feel like in my opinion,
What do you have an example?
My personal opinion is like, if women want to be greater than men, I'm fine with that. I'm cool.
De que te azote, papi, que te...
Yeah, but that doesn't go with the feminist movement because feminism is about being equal.
It's
not
about
greater.
being like equal, but at the same time, it's like if they
I
have
think
the
it's about,
opportunities,
being
like
heard
in, like
and
different.
just like
No, feminism
Getting
is about
that,
women
like-
having the same rights. So
Or
please
immigrator.
read your descriptions.
Yeah, but like if like in regards to like different aspects of
Read your
society and
script.
like life and everything like that, if women can do something better,
Bro,
I'm
let
cool
them
with
be.
that. That's fine. Like,
Just
let
like I
them
said
be,
last
like, exactly.
episode, if you want to be my sugar mama, you bring the bread. I take care of the
I
kids.
mean, sugar mama.
I'll be happy to.
Foxy mama.
Yeah, I would admit it. I would admit it. Like, Victor, we already admitted that episode that we want a sugar mama,
So if you're looking for a sugar baby,
a sugar baby, a sugar husband, like, hey, hook us up.
for me,
We
yeah,
husband.
I'm like, yeah, it's amazing that how humans evolve over time and like what was a norm or like the normal 20 years ago is not the normal now. I don't know if y'all seen Eddie Murphy's stand-up show that's on Netflix.
Just stand up comedy.
Like he used so many derogatory like terms and stuff that nowadays is seen as a bad thing, you know, and it shows you how people grow over time. Like you cannot judge. I cannot judge Mickey by what he did 5 years ago because that was 5 years ago.
Doing that now.
We can talk also about that, like cancel culture and all these things.
Yeah.
And about equality, like I said, it's too complex to like get on an agreeable term. We just have to accept the fact that yeah, basic rights have to be equal for both genders and the other many genders that there are right now. And yeah, just let biologically we cannot be the same or equal. That's just biologically a fact. But socially and on a system that we have to be equal. Women should, if you're doing the same thing as me, you should get paid the same regardless if you're a woman or a guy. Doesn't matter. If you're saving life, you're a doctor and you're a woman, then I'm a
Nurse.
no. If I am what I am, I'm a server. And I'm a man. Obviously, you should make more because you're a freaking doctor, you know. But it's
They shouldn't
different.
be making the
And
same as you.
doctors, men should make the same as women doctors, because it's the same position.
Yeah, because men doctors, they get a lot. They get paid a lot compared to the woman doctors. Like mula, like
I don't know. I don't know. I
I
just,
don't
I
know.
just,
listen to
in our
statistics.
in our conclusion,
I've seen it like this way. Like
But that's definitely something that's been said.
In our
like,
conclusion,
especially
I just think-
anything in STEM.
in our conclusion about equality, I just think if you're doing the same thing as me, the same way, we should get paid the same amount.
anything.
That's it.
How about you?
I mean, I
Equality
agree.
for
I
all
totally agree.
babies.
What?
Oh, what?
Equality for all babies.
Or
Yeah.
babies? Or Generation Z? Oh, wait,
I wrote a
Generation Z?
song about this.
Well, you don't like abortion?
What? What?
Shut, man, just
Are you
stop.
talking
Just
about
stop.
babies,
Just
so
stop.
you don't like abortion?
Babies, like
Us,
boys
man.
and girls, like us,
Babies?
humans, babies.
Babies.
Ah,
Generation Z,
Okay,
boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ya cállate, man, por favor.
I mean, I agree with you. In all the jobs that I've been and everything like that, I feel like everybody should be treated equally. Everybody should be paid equally if they're doing the same job, if they have the same position and everything like that. There shouldn't be a reason why somebody's getting paid more than the other person for doing the exact same thing. Not even if you're more skilled or everything. If you're in the same position, that's it.
Mhm.
Like what you get is what you get, and that's it. Like that's how it should be. Like you're a guy, you get more. No, fuck that. I don't want it. You know, it's like I want like everybody else to like be the same. Like it's just that. You?
Equality for all.
Yeah, sure, what do you say?
That's it?
Yeah, that's the things that she said.
Hachi.
I've said so much during my podcast.
Hachi.
I feel
Yeah,
like
you did, like,
That's-
about
that's-
politics, like
Oh.
you and...
Listen, can
Like you and Victor, we're like here making me, we're just looking at each other like, shit.
Listen, can you
Just
take
like-
Hachi and make him say something?
Oh.
Okay, Hachi, what's your opinion about this?
How'd you say something?
It's like 10 seconds.
Oh, look up her.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah. Nice. Good.
I agree.
So that's a strong words, Haji. So equality for all babies. Everybody should be equal. Everybody should get paid the same.
Mhm.
Women are doing a great job right now, especially.
You
They
got
should-
Cheetos on your head.
And they,
Oh shit.
they should keep striving forward to like meet and not only have men on power. So this has been Cocktail Convo, a very special episode. I think we went very passionate in the topics that we talked about
We
today.
talked about everything, basically.
It was a quick episode, I think.
I don't think so
No?
anymore.
No, look at that.
More.
God damn. Okay.
It's
is
an hour
what it
and
is.
20.
No, but we're still cutting the part where I went hand on sex and shit.
Yeah. Yes, in politics, because
Everything
that's
is
not
sex.
included. That's not included.
It's sex.
Everything.
The ultimate.
Bro, créeme que sí,
It's
bro.
sex.
Yeah, no more. After next episode, part 2, I don't know. We just talk about it.
Next episode.
So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. One more episode. Finally, we're gonna bring you a quick on this Saturday, hopefully. Well, today's Saturday when you're seeing this episode. Thank you again, and see
That's
you.
a commitment.
See you
That's
next
a
time.